Hello, thanks for dropping by. I'm Abhinav. I am a Media and International Conflict student at University College Dublin, coming to you straight from Ireland. Um, no nonsense, I'm here to talk about Indian Information Technology Rules 2021. Again, I can safely say that this aspect has made its way into my academic territory, so I have to address it. Alright, story time. Let's go. 25th of February 2021, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology notified the guidelines for intermediaries and digital media ethics code rules 2021 in consultation with the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, which is also called the MIB. Note: before diving in, there is a term called intermediary, which is frequently used in this video. This term broadly denotes media sharing websites, mobile applications, portals of social media networks, blogs, and other discussion forums. Alright, the new set of rules are designed to categorically address and regulate intermediaries, especially publishers of news, including news agitators, news agencies, individual news reporters, and even individual creators who are transmitting information via content in the course of systematic business, professional, or commercial activities. Our country's population, as you've anticipated, is huge. Cyber harm is comparatively an evolving element, but cyber criminals are way too smart. We do not yet have the infrastructure capabilities to dissect and judicially build structures to protect us from these crimes. So it is important for us to primarily understand the government's emphasis on cyberspace. Now, the rules are divided in parts, but I am interested in rules for intermediaries precisely because it contains social media companies. Let's start with this. An interesting observation here. If you read the rule book, you will definitely stumble upon public order. This term has blurred horizons and is strategically used. What qualifies as public order in this act? Is planning a public protest labeled illegal under this act? Is calling on elites or government officials online for their wrongdoing labeled illegal under this act? I don't know. No clear definition is mentioned in the definition section of this bill. Only the framers know how to interpret this term, I guess. Let's say a person named you has opted out of a social media platform and deactivated his account. Um, Indian government has pronounced such rules that technically his data will be active and will be intact on intermediaries database for 180 days. When asked by the government, these private entities are supposed to share the user's private data with the government agencies within 72 hours. Protection of this data is done in accordance with intermediaries' data policies and not by government data policies. The government is empowered with strict censorship. When the appropriate government agencies notify a media platform about a post or piece of information they feel that do not comply with the rules, they have to take it, the social media companies have to take it down within 36 hours and are not supposed to host any information that is against the law at that point in time when informed about it. Within 3 months from the date of publication of these rules, the social media companies have to appoint a chief compliance officer. The appointed person's role is to make sure that their company is obeying government norms. They should be constantly interacting with the law enforcement agencies 24/7. He or she has to publish a compliance report every 6 months with all the relevant information involved in his duties. Alright, now comes the most interesting element of all. A social media company that provides nature of messaging as a service, such as WhatsApp or Telegram or Signal, should maintain the record of the person who sets a piece of information in motion. The person or a creator of this information is termed as first originator. Let's assume that this piece of information is termed illegal in today's rule section standard. The executive branch with a legal notice can approach the private company or the platform on which this message is dropped on and can ask for the first originator. The company is legally obligated to cooperate with the entity and This could be a method to trace the culprit responsible for initiating false rhetoric. I'm so sorry about that. Sounds like a good thing, right? But there is a flaw to it. In order to keep tabs on first originators, the social media companies have to take the encryption out of the system, throw it on a bin. Because with end to end encryption, there is no scope to trace a message, uh, its origin, or where it is going, or how it is transmitting to different devices. So, in order to do that, the companies have to eliminate encryption. Now, when a person joins a social media platform, they can voluntarily verify their account using companies' discrete mechanisms like using an Indian mobile number or maybe an Indian address or Indian proof of address just to verify the account. And whoever does that will get a verified ink mark on their profile, uh, like how Tinder gives you a verified tick on your profile when you do that. Um, it is a way of communicating to others that you are a genuine user, and it also tells the government that okay, this person has put this proof of address with the social media company, so they can trace you back if you do anything illegal on the platform. Let's say a person called you again has posted something vulgar or that is not in line with public order on a social media platform. The social media company has the power to regulate this information. Also, it is bound to provide feedback to the first originator. In this case, it's you, with why it has acted in this way. And the grievance officer of the company has to maintain the record and has to oversee the mechanism for resolution. The rulebook clearly states that the private companies do not have the right to misuse user private information, but there is a cloud that surrounds what misuse is. Technically speaking, the state is definitely not entitled to any such measures, nor boundaries to act on the information it has on an individual. The information it gets from the social media platform or the private companies. I will bring up something that is not so nice. Remember, it is not to scare you, but um, I'll just let it out. All right. So our Aadhaar card details, our bank account details, our credit card details, our loan details, our CIBIL scores, and other details are linked to our phone numbers. Um, what if we use the same phone number on the social media platform too? The state, in a blink of an eye, can get hands on every single data point you have in your life, be it your Aadhaar card details, the details which I've mentioned above. What does this mean? Can the state rate us and control our lives based on what we post and what we circulate or what we are on the social media platform? The rules incorporated in this bill have several positive aspects to it. The government clearly stated measures to be put in place to protect minors against sexual abuse and sexual violence and different kinds of abuses on the internet as well. A sheer focus was dedicated to racial ethics and patent rights in this bill as well. The government also suggested intermediaries, the social media companies, to employ a grievance officer. A grievance officer's duty revolves around accepting complaints from individuals, a group of individuals of a certain community, and government entities to help resolve their issues. It also has dictated that prima facie nature content should be taken down within 24 hours of the reset time. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I think it is prima facie. I'm sorry for that. The social media companies should endeavor to deploy technology based methods to identify and regulate information that diabolically affects women and children with accordance to free speech, and user privacy policies. And those tools have to be regularly updated. Not against these cyber rules. I'm definitely not against them. I sincerely think that these rules are designed in a way that can accommodate and address our nation's unique challenges and threats. But there are certain elements in this rulebook that gives private companies and government enormous power to operate on. I'm not here to give you any solutions. I'm certainly sure there is a computer science engineer in your family. If not, there should be one in your striking distance. Of course, there should be one, given the rate at which our educational institutions are manufacturing them every year. Ask them what to do and how to protect your data privacy. I hope they will be able to pick up on this topic and are well equipped to help you with any information to protect your data privacy. I firmly believe that the government is focusing on limiting social media misuse, and I support it. But the efforts to control the cyberspace is not adequately untroublesome. Um, all right, it's time to leave. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you next time. Until then,